are officially back and live here on the queue. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the quarantine. My name is Mark, and this is the app where I get to ask you a bunch of questions, and whoever gets all the questions correct, you know what you win? Not just my adoration and praise and respect, you also earn cold, hard cash. You can feel it. You can feel it in your hands. This isn't that cryptocurrency stuff. Where's my crypto stock? I don't want to know. So it's not crypto, it's actually real cash you can win. Now, what it is $50. That's what the pot is. And however many people get all the answers perfect, 12 questions today are going to split that $50 pot. And I've been hosting here for a little bit. I've seen matches where 50 people win and everybody gets a little something to take home. I've seen matches where 2 people win and they get like 25 bucks. One time, only one person won when we did King of the Hill, and that guy got 50 bucks. And probably the respect of his neighbors. They probably gave him a virtual standing ovation, or like what they do in Italy, where you just go out onto the balcony and you just go crazy for someone and play music. That's the kind of thing that's going to happen if you get all these questions correct. It's Friday, it's happy hour. Let's all let loose a little bit. I hope you had a good week. And if you didn't have a good week, I got great news. Like I just said, it's Friday, so it's over. You did it. You made it through another week, and now we get to coast into the weekend, and I am your official kickoff to said weekend. My name is Mark Ellis, and actually, you can right now, if you want to, after you play the game, of course, you can go on Amazon Prime if you get that, and you can stream my new special Dog Stepfather. If you need any pointers as to where exactly to go to check that out or find some clips, you can follow me on social media at Mark Ellis Live. That's Twitter, that's Instagram, that is all that good stuff. So thank you guys for making me a part of your lives, and I am happy to be part, even a small part, of your virtual community. Something else that's coming up right after this version of the multiple choice sports, there's a little bit of movie trivia in there too, is I'm hosting Seinfeld Jeopardy. That's over at Josh McCouga's YouTube channel. He's my buddy. He's the host of Eating History on the History Channel. So as soon as I'm done here, you can walk over with me to his YouTube channel. If you follow me on Instagram, on my stories, I posted where you can do so. Just swipe up. It'll take you right to Seinfeld Jeopardy. 2 of the best Seinfeld minds of all time are going to be going head to head. But that's in the future. Let's worry about right here, right now. And it's a Friday, and I'm sweaty because, my God, is it hot outside. I live in Southern California, so it's hot out here, and the trivia is about to get intense, so kind of works for both ways. I sweat for effect. I sweat for you. I bleed trivia questions for you. And we're about to hear the 12 ones today that could win you $50 in the world of sports, and there's a little bit of movie sprinkled in there, too. Right before we start, if you want to share this app with your friends, with your family, with your neighbors, with even people you don't like, just to prove that you're better at trivia than them, every time somebody joins the Q app and they use your referral code, you get a free extra life and they get a free extra life. So keep those extra lives coming because, as Mario and Luigi would say, bada bing, I don't know what they'd say, but it's good to have. So here we go. Perfect round, gets you some dough. And our first question, in the world of multiple choice and in the world of sports, movies. Which basketball player starred in the original Space Jam? Way back in 96, Michael Jordan, Steph Curry, or Luka Doncic? We're just letting you get a little warm here. We're just letting you stretch the old quads out, get those glutes firing, as a great golfer once said. The answer is, of course, Luka Doncic. Okay, it's Michael Jordan. Come on, guys. Michael Jordan. I don't even know if Luka and Steph were born yet. They're great players now, though, aren't they? Man, they're fun to watch. Can't wait for basketball to get back. Until then, we have The Last Dance documentary starring Michael Jordan and a cigar. Your next question in the world of sports. What former University of Miami defensive end now goes by what geologic nickname is the question? Is it the Mount, the Boulder, or the Rock? It's a former U of M. Went to the U. Now goes by geologic nickname. Mount, Boulder, Rock. It is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Became prominent in the world of wrestling, one of the famous wrestlers of the early mid-2000s, and then he exploded into the world of cinema, kicking off with the Scorpion King. Yeah, he started in the Scorpion King, and since then he's gone on to be perhaps the biggest blockbuster star on the face of the planet, with all due respect to the ageless Thetan 7 Tom Cruise. Your next question, your third in today's round. Who plays himself in Uncut Gems alongside Adam Sandler? Is it Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Garnett, or Stephon Marbury? All great guesses. If you're running around a city with Adam Sandler, all of these guys would probably stand out amongst a crowd. Is it Starbury? Is it Kazam? Neither one of those guys. It's actually KG, the kid, Kevin Garnett. Came straight out of high school to star for the Minnesota Timberwolves, won a championship with the Celtics, and now he's acting. And he was damn good in Uncut Gems. If you've not seen Uncut Gems, it is a stress-riddled 2 hours. It's going to have you sweating like me after the movie, but it's a great ride. And Kevin Garnett, Oscar consideration should have been given. Just saying. All right, we still have over 300 perfect games left. Y'all know your sports, and you're not too drunk yet. I like that spirit on a Friday. Your query is, in The Hangover, whose tiger does Bradley Cooper steal? Is it Siegfried Fischbacher, Mike Tyson, or Joe Exotic? Hey, y'all see my new movie, The Hangover? I was thoroughly engrossed with Tiger King. And I'm pretty sure that Joe Exotic would start Jurassic Park if he just had that mosquito DNA. But Joe is not the answer here, unfortunately. And neither is Siegfried, who you might think, because Siegfried and Roy were the famous Vegas duo who played with tigers mostly to positive effect for a long time. But the answer is Iron Mike Tyson. And I have a feeling this question is apropos today because did you see that video of Mike Tyson that went viral of him training? The guy's 53 years old. He's got this huge shaggy gray beard. He looks like Aslan the lion from Narnia, and he still looks like he could knock anybody on the face of the planet out. And maybe Evander Holyfield wants that challenge. He might come back too. We need sports back. Your next question today on the queue. Jesus Shuttlesworth in He Got Game was played by which former Buck? Was it Sidney Moncrief, Glenn Robinson, or Ray Allen? Which former Buck, as in Milwaukee Buck? Milwaukee. Sidney Moncrief from way back in the day. Glenn Robinson, who was a famed basketball player in the 90s, went by the nickname Big Dog. And Ray Allen, who hit the shot that broke every Spurs fan heart. But before that, when he was coming out, he was actually in He Got Game. He played Denzel Washington's son, Jesus Shuttlesworth. Ray Allen is the correct answer. And that takes us, we still have over 250 perfect games. We're now under 300. So some cream starting to rise to the top here as we get to halfway through on the Q Friday edition. Your next sports question, multiple choice. What is the alma mater of the lead actor in Stone Cold? My favorite question of maybe ever. Nebraska, Miami, or Oklahoma? I'm not just saying my favorite Q question of all time. This might be my favorite question ever asked in the history of mankind. Because you had to know that Stone Cold was an action movie that came out in the early 90s, around the same time as The Last Boy Scout, starring a former football player who played in the NFL for the Seahawks. But before that, Brian Bosworth was the Boz at Oklahoma. Yep, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain and the linebackers are fierce until they run into Bo Jackson. Was that a cheap shot at Brian? I'm sorry, Mr. Bosworth, but man, Bo ran your ass over. Anyway, Ryan Bosworth aside, check out Stone Cold if it's streaming anywhere. Which isotoner pitchman was kidnapped in Ace Ventura? Was it Ray Finkel, Dan Marino, or O.J. Simpson? Ace Ventura, I'll tell you, is streaming somewhere, a lot of places. That movie changed my life. I saw it in a movie theater. I was in ninth grade, but it's not about me. It's about Ray Finkel, the ill-fated kicker, O.J. Simpson, who I think has been in the news, and, of course, Dan Marino. Maybe the best release, maybe the best pure passer in NFL history. Is he the best actor? No, he's not. He's not even close. He's not really that good in Ace Ventura, but it's fun to see Dan Marino because he's the one in Ace Ventura. Congratulations, Dan. Don Shula, the late great Don Shula, also makes an appearance in Ace Ventura because Ace is looking for the dolphin, the mascot. Your next question. Over 100 perfect games left. Which athlete played Seabass in Dumb and Dumber? Was it Roger Clemens, Reggie Jackson, or Cam Neely? This is a nice deep cut question. This actor used in a fair amount of the Farrelly Brothers films. Now, you might have seen Reggie Jackson in comedies like The Naked Gun. Maybe you saw Roger Clemens in Kingpin, but Cam Neely is a recurring Farrelly Brothers favorite, and he's a former hockey player, and he played the role of Seabass in Dumb and Dumber. Kick his ass, Seabass. He hawked at my burger. That movie, I gotta watch that tonight. It's just so darn funny. All right, we're on to your ninth question here. 4 questions left, and then we got some perfect games. It looks like we're gonna have some money handed out. Just over 100 perfect rounds left. Let's see what this question does. In the film Trainwreck, Amy Schumer and John Cena star alongside which NBA star? Was it Rick Fox, Kobe Bryant, or LeBron James? So all three of these gentlemen have acted in the past in various fashion. Was it Rick? Was it Kobe? Or was it LeBron? Seen Trainwreck. It was really funny. And John Cena is really funny, and he's an athlete. Wrestlers are definitely athletes. Maybe they're playing pretend, but they're definitely athletic. As is LeBron James, maybe the most powerful athlete on the planet currently. And he is really funny in Trainwreck. He's really good. He's working with Bill Hader, it's his doctor, I think. And we have just under, so that eliminated a few of y'all. So we still have Kitty Nine is still perfect, Dizzy's still perfect, Smoked Twix, which I don't recommend without safety, Small Potato, and Academia Nut still perfect. 100 perfect games left, and we move on to your 10th question. Y'all are hanging in great. Detective Nordberg in Naked Gun was drafted by which NFL team? Drafted by the Bills, the 49ers, or the Rams? Love this question. Love these movies. I think Naked Gun 2.5 is my favorite of the three, which is somewhat of a controversial opinion, but Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear, Robert Goulet is the bad guy, hysterical. You know who else is really funny? Is Detective Nordberg, who was drafted by the Buffalo Bills. Gateway into that knowledge is that Detective Nordberg was played by a Renthal the bus driving murderer. I'm sorry, that's a Chris Rock joke. By O.J. Simpson is who played Detective Nordberg, and he did get drafted by the Buffalo Bills. And we'll move on to your penultimate question in today's matchup. 65 perfect rounds left, and it is. Co-pilot Roger Murdoch in the film Airplane was given what name at birth? Okay, was it Cassius Clay, Lou Alcindor, or Chris Jackson? Very smartly written question with great options here. Cassius Clay would, of course, go on to become Muhammad Ali, and Chris Jackson would go on to be Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, who underrated shooter in the 90s for a number of different NBA teams. I remember primarily for the Nuggets, but man, when that guy got hot, when he got in the zone, looked the F out. But neither one of those were the correct answer. We're actually looking for Lou Alcindor, who would go on to star at UCLA. And around the same time, he changed his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Heard of him? Yeah, maybe the most unstoppable shot in NBA history with a skyhook, and he was also great as the co-pilot in Airplane. Still the greatest athlete performance in a movie, in my opinion, of all time. Sorry, Cam Neely. Your last question today. We have 59 perfect rounds left, so hang on for one more question, guys, and let's see who's winning their share of a $50 pot. Who was Boogie Nights' Jack Horner roommates with while playing football at FSU? Was it Lee Corso, John Madden, or Steve Spurrier? What a headlining question. So Boogie Nights was a film, you remember that, starring, we still called him Marky Mark back then, starring Mark Wahlberg getting into acting. It was a critically acclaimed film, also starring Burt Reynolds playing Jack Horner. Burt Reynolds played football at Florida State, and his roommate, fellow Florida State football player, now college game day star, he puts all the mascots on his head, Lee Corso. Lee Corso was Burt Reynolds' roommate. That's right. And Corso was apparently also the coach at Indiana. Wow, little fun fact by our own Indiana alum. Was the coach of the Indiana Hoosiers. Lee Corso, man of many trades, a Renaissance fella, if you will, and he was roommates with Burt Reynolds. I wonder what those late nights were like. Huh? Yeah, you can imagine. Anyway, that does it for me. 46 perfect rounds here today. Congratulations to everybody who knows a lot about sports, a little bit about movies, and you know what? It just warms my heart to have every day here during a weekday to spend a little bit of time with each and every one of y'all. Thanks for making my life richer, and I hope that I made you a little bit richer today, even if it's just 46 people. But everybody else, you're richer for having the knowledge. Okay? Go from 6 feet or above, ask one of your neighbors any of these questions, see if you can stump them. That's it for me, and that's it for this week on the Cute Trivia. Thank you all. As always, everyone, stay safe, stay distant. I'm Mark Ellis, and I'm heading over to do Seinfeld Jeopardy. See you.